Greetings, Stash Wyslouch here. Welcome to Quick Tips. I want to do something funny today. I want to go back and review the first quick tip I ever did. It was about playing skeletal melodies. It's become an integral part of how I attack learning a fiddle tune. Level 1 skeletal melody would be play the tune exclusively with quarter notes. Level 2 would be playing the fiddle tune exclusively with half notes. Level 3 exclusively with whole notes. Level 4 becomes really abstract, basically playing a note every 2 bars roughly. And you could keep going and going depending on how adventurous you want to be or what kind of thing you want to explore with the fiddle tune. I got this problem solving idea from taking a lesson from the great Billy Contreras, so I just want to make sure credit is given where credit is due. I want to do this process with the fiddle tune Ragtime Annie. First, step 1 is listen to a ton of versions of it and decide which version you're going to do. I wanted to learn and internalize the version that would be most applicable to any jam I go to. So I took a little bit of Kenny Baker's Ragtime Annie, I took a little bit of Johnny Gimble's Ragtime Annie, I looked at other versions. There's a great one with Daniel Carwile, there's a great one with the band The Goodbye Girls playing it, and between that and watching a few other instructional videos, I kind of pieced together a generic jam-friendly version with a bunch of eighth notes of what people would consider the Ragtime Annie. This is what it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so level 1, there's a lot of eighth notes in there. What I want to do is basically just play the exact same melody exclusively with quarter notes. Cool, how do I find those notes? Well, if I was looking at the tab or the notation of it, I would literally just eliminate all the up beats. So instead of, that would just be, cool. I go through the whole thing and do that. And then I basically want to relearn the melody with that new quarter note version. Here's what it sounds like.
3, 4.
You might have to go in and edit a few things. Sometimes there's key elements of the melody that appear, for example, on an upbeat. So if you're just excising, taking out every single upbeat, you might actually miss something that could be pretty essential to the tune. Cool. So now the next thing is I want to learn this just as well as I know, the classic tune that I would bring to a jam, the classic with the eighth notes and everything. So one thing is, could I just kind of sing this quarter note thing?
4.
Da dee da dee da dee da ba ba bee ba bee ba bee bee ba boo bee doo bee doo doo bee dee doo doo dee 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 bee 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 boo 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 bee 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 boo boo bee boo bee boo bee. That's a useful thing that I would practice on its own. After I would have already spent maybe a week just practicing the different versions, Johnny Gimble, Kenny Baker, the Goodbye Girls version, then I'd go and spend another week just really internalizing this quarter note version. Can I really feel the contour of the tune expressed exclusively as quarter notes? To me it still feels totally like Ragtime Annie. Upcoming videos after this one, I want to talk about improv concepts, things that we could do with the skeleton to really start developing some new ideas for improvisation on fiddle tunes. Alright, so that was level 1. Level 2 skeletalizing. I just take out every other quarter note. So just beats 1 and 3 of every bar will be represented. On Ragtime Annie, it'll sound like this. This is really, we're starting to get pretty abstract here. Now, if I had already played the 8th note version and then maybe the quarter note version, this half note version I think would represent the essence of Ragtime Annie pretty well. But once again, it's just another obstacle. Can I, even while I'm doing this half note, sort of maintain that Ragtime Annie in my head? So all of a sudden these half notes become these nice little fence posts that maybe we can use for jumping off points for future things. Let's present the level 3 skeleton, which is playing the tune as whole notes, 1 note per bar. This is what I decided it would be like after a little bit of editing and snipping out some notes.
4.
Alright, pretty far out there, but that's level 3 skeleton. Lots of supplemental materials coming out on my Patreon. Lots of building block types of videos that are exclusive to my Patreon audience. Be sure to become a Patreon. We do workshops, at least one every month, discussing all kinds of things. What we talk about in all my quick tips, 60 plus quick tips available. Support the making of these videos. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And be on the lookout for subsequent videos to talk about interesting ways of manipulating these skeletal versions of Ragtime Annie to really practice improvising fiddle tunes and finding your own voice in this medium. See you later.